Hello and welcome to another Demis Hellen tutorial. We are back with another Synth 1 preset giveaway, and we're going to make two trance-based presets. Two trance presets that you can use in your next production and they will sound professional. So, we've got a new initial sound, and this is what it sounds like when you do this. So we're going to turn the amp mod down to get a nice sharp sound. We're going to turn off the delay and we're going to turn off the chorus and flanger. We're going to set the mix to left, which only chooses oscillator 1 and 2 is not in the equation. Alright, so we've got a starting point, and what we're going to do is just start going through the sound till we get something that sounds nice, and we're going to use a saw wave. Bit, and then we're going to shape, turn this filter frequency up as well, so it's not influencing this decision. I'm going to turn the release down, get it a little bit stabbier. Alright, so it's a good starting point. So now we've got the frequency modulator attached to a low pass 24. The amount is fully up, so we should get a nice sound to start with. That sounds pretty good. Just going to bring up that there. I'm going to turn the resonance down as well. We don't want that squelching sound there from the filter circuit. And then I'm going to stick unison on. I'm going to turn spread down. Detune up a little bit. Just set it to mono and then it's there. Alright, so we have our first sound. We're just going to chuck up the detune here to give it a nice thicker sound. Okay. Just increase this unison to 6. Alright, so we've got a nice metallic sound now on the filter frequency out. So that's a good position. We'll have that as our starting point. So all we've used is oscillator 1, and we've used the saw wave, and then we've detuned it, making sure the mix is set to left, so we're only using oscillator 1 and not 1 and 2. Then we've shaped the amplifier, and then we've shaped the filter as well with the ADSR settings. So you can adjust this with the amount here. But we're just leaving that at full and then modifying the settings here. And then that is bypassing the LFOs, the arpeggiator, all of the effects, and we're hitting the voices. So we set it to mono, unison 6, and then we've detuned it a little bit and turned the spread down so we get a nice central bass sound. So we're going to have a look at adding some effects. So we're just going to look at this section here first. So let's have a listen to the sound with the kick first. Okay, so there's a lot of external processing that you can do to make this sound even more desirable, but we could put the internal delay on. We'll just turn up the tone. And what this is doing is basically putting a filter on it, so the delay is only either more top end, like that, or more low end. So we're going to delay with the tone roughly at 2 o'clock, so we get that nice roll off of the basses. And I'm just going to turn spread down a bit lower so it's more centralized, because we want the bass to operate nearer the middle in this instance. So that there, and then let's have a listen to these two destroying effects. Okay, so that's like a filter with a resonance cutoff on it, and this is increasing the amount of distortion. So that's a bit more bass on it, and that's more localized at a certain frequency. That sounds pretty good, so we'll use that as our first bass, because we can add, we always tend to layer basses up anyway. So what I'm doing is, on the other screen, is just adding them into a rolling trance bass to get a better idea of what this is going to sound like. And we're just going to put Kickstarter on here and set this to sidechain. Okay, that's sounding good. And let's just try it 1 octave below. Listen to that, that's got some power. That's got a really nice sound. Alright, so we'll leave that one as our preset number 1. And let's just save this right now. So we'll write it to my sound bank. It's initial sound 7. So the name is going to be called bass, and we'll call it titanium, because it sounds hard. And we're going to give this red colour, because basses are red in my world. And there we are, we have bass titanium set up. Really nice. Okay, so let's make another bass, and let's make it sound a little bit more old school. So new patch. There we are with our rubbish amp modifier. Okay, so we're going to drop this down. Let's turn the frequency fully up. We're going to turn the release. So you can tell that it is just a little bit off here because it's too low. So, okay, there we are. We're going to turn the mix to the left. So we're only dealing with oscillator 1. I'm going to turn off these two here. We're going to set this to soar again. Pick a spot that sounds nice. That sounds quite nice there. We'll leave the frequency modulation off, I think, today. Okay, so let's set up the filter. That's already pretty good. Yeah, that is already sounding pretty good. Just a little bit of a tweak on the sustain there, but that's it. Really nice. So you can see straight away we've already got our sound. And then I'm going to put on some delay. We're going to turn the tone up. I'm not going to set the time different because it sounds good. And we're going to make this a little bit wider on the stereo spread. Mixing it till it sounds nice, about there. So I'm just going to try a different pattern here. Got a really nice sound there. So I'm just going to extend, this is just off screen, I'm just extending the pattern. Alright. So we have a nice sound there. Let's just see if we can put it through the effects. So before we do that, actually, we're going to set it to mono. Bring the spread down. Are just 2 unison, just sets that bass apart from the other sounds that you can create. That's got a really nice sound. Right, so we're not going to put on these two modes here because they're literally just removing the bass. Could put a bit of compression on. Let's just try some phasing. So phase 3 is pretty good. So I think control 1, sorry, is affecting how much. And this is affecting how far the effect is applied in speed. Alright, that sounds good. So you could tweak that so it loops perfectly in a bar, because there's no, from what I can gather, there's no temp sync here like there is here. I suppose you could attach it to the flanger. Possibly. Can you do that? No, you can't. But yeah, just control that till it gets nicely looped, because it's going to be different for every tempo you do. Alright, so we have another sound there. That sounds really good for the low end. Alright, so we'll save that one as well. And these are your two basses, so we'll call that bass. This is the struggle, naming things. So we'll call this bass Future. It's also in red to my sound bank. And there we are. We have bass Future. And we have bass Titanium. So that's for a really harder style of trance. That's for your low weighty end of your trance. So if you want to see more of these tutorials and making presets and patches using Synth 1, let me know in the comments, because if you do, we'll do some more videos in the future. This will be a good thing to do. And it's a really easy synth to work on, and everybody can use it. So thank you very much for watching. The links are in the description to my website to go and grab your free presets for Synth 1. So go over there and head to get bass Future and bass Titanium. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.